Hey guys, what's going on? This is StormMakerX, and you're watching the Mask of Kallig number 3. And in this video, I will show you the more technical issues that I've had to deal with while working on this mask, and as far as its current progress. So, I was able to split the mask in half, and we now have a front piece and a back piece. And along with that, this took a minute because it's all about measuring and angling and trying to get it right the first time. So, what I did was I started from one end right here and I tried to measure it out as best I could. And whenever it started on one side, I made sure that it ended about as close as possible on the measurements on the other side. So therefore, it looks, you know, pretty smooth and not so jagged, of course. And believe it or not, most people would probably use a measuring tape and then use a pencil to probably do that, or a marker, or whatever they have available. I didn't do that. I used painter's tape. And first of all, once it sticks on, it sticks, you know, or therefore it gives you plenty of chances to try to, you know, to make it look right. And if it doesn't look right when you did it, you can easily peel it off and then try it again, because it has that quick release adhesive, so it makes it really easy to work with. Fair warning, I would not recommend doing what I did with that, because, you know, unless you have a steady hand or, you know, really very precise and focused when cutting on stuff, because that was that was pretty tedious, because I had to literally follow the line of the measuring tape as far as on the edge and everything. But that's okay, it still worked, and now I have the pieces split in half. So yeah. Anyway, on this mask, you can see I managed to place a notch on that portion of the mask up on the top. And the reason for that is we're going to be putting in a hinge system. And this one you can easily get from Home Depot for a pack of 2 with some screws for about $2.50. Yeah, so it's pretty cheap to get. And what I'm going to do in a little bit, I'm going to rough this up a little bit, and we're going to use the exact same system that I used for the gauntlets from the Mandalorian Armor kit that I've been working on, and it's going to fit just like that. Okay, so as you can see, I try to get it as flush as possible, so therefore it looks like it's part of the mask, and that is literally going to line everything up just right. The only thing I will probably do is probably use a little bit of Bondo, and probably fill in certain areas, you know, whatever it's going to be connected to, and whatever's not bending, that's going to have, you know, the Bondo part. In other words, there you go, right? If this is not bending and it's connected to this mask after I glued it and everything, I'm going to put a little bit of Bondo right there. Very carefully though, we don't want it to get in the way of moving this thing up and down, but just neatly, so therefore it will actually look like it's part of the mask after I get done painting on it, hopefully by the end of this weekend. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan I got going on. Another thing you're probably noticing is there are hollowed out lines right here and on the sides right here. Reason because I created more air vents for more airflow, and I tried to disguise it as best as I could, especially in between the lines right here. I took the same metal disc that I used to cut the mask in half and worked my way carefully down here and down into the lines. I didn't do it throughout the whole mask, or otherwise it would have weakened the structure, but it's definitely going to help with airflow by quite a bit. I also placed some on the sides of the mask right here. When you're moving, you're going to really love that, because that's really going to help. These will actually be filled in with some black mesh later, and that's going to disguise it a little bit, so therefore it doesn't look like, you know, people can actually see into the mask and start seeing eyes, hair, or skin of any sort. So that's really going to just help disguise it a bit more. So, but yeah. Alright, let's see here. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, one last little detail, not that it hit my mind. I was able to take a Dremel tool after I set it to the lowest setting possible, and just carefully worked out the details on the lines here a little bit, so therefore it sharpens the look. Reason for that is because whatever they use to place on top of the main resin foundation right here, this gray stuff is some other type of resin. I could tell because when I was trying to work on this, it's not a primer, but it clumps up pretty, a lot, as you can see, like right here. Whatever that was actually in between all these lines right here. So I took that same Dremel tool and tried to really work it as best I could and try to make the lines as straight as possible. So anyway, but yeah, this mask should be ready to assemble and we should be able to move on. The only thing else I'm going to have to do with the Dremel tool later is try to straighten this part up as best I can. I've not done that yet. It's not really going to be hard, but it will take a minute to work all that out. And definitely going to make it easy to wear. And we're going to test it on the requester's head soon. So that's really going to give us insight, and then we'll figure out a closing method after that. Alright, so I think that's pretty much everything. With all that said, if you like what you just saw, hit the like button if you would. If you have any questions or comments, definitely put it down on the comments down below. I will answer any questions or respond as soon as possible. Also, if you'd like to go ahead and subscribe, I definitely would recommend it because I am trying to do videos a little bit more often than normally. So, and I will definitely keep everyone entertained, hopefully, and cover more how-tos with masks and helmets and other little special projects. But anyway, with all that said, I hope you guys enjoyed what you just saw, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.